Hey y'all, welcome to the T-Work podcast, hosted by Grant Banko and me, Adam Moreau. From entrepreneurs and athletes to the rat racers of corporate America and those who refuse to be put in a box, we want to share their stories and understand how they ended up where they are. Success and development come in many shapes and sizes. We want to hear about it all. So grab a drink and pull up a seat. Let's spill some tea and get to. Welcome back to the T-Work podcast. It is just Banko and I again today. Still trying to navigate this whole finding guests thing when I'm only available like 4 hours a week. And of those 4 hours a week, I think only 30 minutes of it coincides with Banko's schedule because Saturdays are way too important to him and he can't sacrifice a few minutes of his college football or going out on a boat or gallivanting around Tampa to record an episode with someone else. So here it is, folks. Just us two again. We'll figure out something to talk about. Banko, how's your weekend so far?
Listen, I am working during the whole week. I could do weeknights, but somebody else can't. So I mean, I know this kid and all is really throwing wrenches in some things, but I mean, yeah.
Speaking of wrenches and things, maybe this is our first topic. We've had to freeze a bunch of breast milk so Corey can go back to work. And small problem, the frozen breast milk when thawed doesn't taste very good. Now we're trying to see if we can make these fresh breast milk thawed breast milk cocktails, like mix it together and see if Sprout will take them. Supposedly that works. People have said on Reddit that that has been a positive solution. She did take a bottle last night when we tried it very quickly when we warmed up the milk. Warmed, it definitely tastes better than just thawed and room temp. The thawed, it's weird. I don't know if you would know anything about this. I just learned about it in the past couple of weeks. But I guess frozen breast milk, when it is thawed, can have like a metallic or soapy taste to it because of the enzymes in it. So that's a fun thing we're navigating now.
Well, initially that the breast milk didn't taste well because you yourself tasted it, or did she not
Yeah, I
like?
tasted it. You
Well,
kidding
yeah,
me? Gains.
well, yeah, no, I said it when you first started. I was like, how much have you stolen for biohacking gains?
I probably have 1 to 2 ounces a day just from like extra stuff like falling out here and there. And I mean, there's leakages that happen, man. You don't know where milk is coming from these days. It could be anywhere. To be honest, I don't even know if it's milk that I'm even drinking. I don't know what these liquids are, but I'm getting about 1 to 2 ounces of it a day, I would assume. Yesterday I had a lot more because we were being mixologists with all of the thawed milk. So yesterday I might have had 8 ounces.
Nice.
I don't know what the actual nutritional density to any of that stuff is, but having an ounce of breast milk is better than having no breast milk.
How good are your lifts after having consuming this much breast milk?
That would require me to go to a gym
Oh,
because of
true.
the whole baby thing. We're in my gym right now. We're on the back patio. So
How's the vertical then? How's the vertical doing?
the vertical's good. Vertical's solid. The big things lately actually have been long duration isometric holds, which might be tougher mentally than they are physically.
Can you explain that to a third
Yeah,
grader
yeah,
instead of
sorry.
using big
So like
terms?
my big one right now is I'm doing like a split stance or a lunge as deep and as long as I can, like spread out with my legs. Kind of you can think about yoga. Not as much focus on stretching, more trying to just hold the position. But I'm holding that for if I'm doing sets of it, like there will be times where I'll do 10 sets of 30 seconds holds on each leg. But the longest I've gone consecutively or just like straight through so far is like a minute and a half hold, which is not fun. And like I
Yeah,
said,
sounds miserable.
I personally think it is harder mentally than it is physically, especially when you're outside and you like start to think like a bug is like flying at you. even if it's not, like you just feel like every extra little thing that's causes a distraction. And as I'm sure you know, anything, it's like you want the right level of distraction, but then if you get too distracted, you can't do it. It's yeah, that's what I've been messing around with, and I feel like I've been doing a lot more like gymnastics type movements because I don't have a lot of weight. So maybe some people would call it like calisthenics. Like I'm not as concerned about like the body holds and things like that, but I've been messing around like trying to do some cartwheels, trying to do some different twists and bridges and things like that. I don't know, it's fun.
Like running around in the office yelling parkour, but in your backyard.
I
That's what I
that's
imagine.
basically yeah, it is kind of like the office. I've got a couple plyo boxes and some chairs. I probably should set up a parkour obstacle course in the yard, American Ninja Warrior, or it's going to be like True American and New Girl. You always have
I
to be on
mean,
the surface.
yeah, I'm sure Brinks and Minnie would love that.
Yeah, that's kind of what they do with their beds. I mean, I always have to move their outdoor beds to make sure they're in sunspots. So even like one basically stays in the same place constantly, but their other bed, which I'm pointing to right now off camera, that means nothing to anyone, but that's what I'm looking at over here, basically gets moved like twice a day, depending on where the sun is and what time we're out back.
Nice,
So it'd be
nice.
fun. They would probably get pretty pissed off if chairs got in their way, but if I could get like couch cushions or different things like that, or towels and just dump them around the yard and use that for an obstacle course, they would probably think it's even more fun than I do.
Gotta go look at the dumpster at like Home Depot to see if they have any thrown out like old outdoor cushions somewhere.
There are some amazing finds outside of Home Depot. I'm thinking back our sophomore year of college when we were trying to build stadium seating in TO's dorm,
Hmm.
and we were looking at how much pallets would cost so we could elevate the futon. And we just went cruising outside Home Depot and we found like 12 pristine pallets that we ended up putting in the back of his Charger at the time. It was pre Jeep days. I don't know which car was actually worse. At least I didn't get rained on in the Charger that he had. But yeah, we just threw a bunch of pallets in the Charger because why not? They were free. They're outside of Home Depot. There's good stuff back there.
Those pallets for the futon though, did we?
You shorted out what?
We didn't use those pallets for the futon though, did we?
We started to. We brought up a couple, we lifted it, and then we realized the pallets were way bigger than what we intended, and then we would have actually needed to do some handyman work to cut them down. Because then you're dealing with splinters and like kicking some pallets, and that's not fun. That was one of those things where it was always really fun to scheme, but then the execution required actual work. And the problem is this work was always going to be done between, I don't know, 6 and 10 p.m. on a Sunday night.
At one point as well, I think.
You keep shorting out.
Why am I? I'm on Wi-Fi.
There, it's better. It's like the first time you start to talk each
Interesting.
time.
We debated cinder blocks though.
We did want cinder blocks, yes. But I think locating cinder blocks was harder at that time,
I think we would actually had to purchase them, and we didn't want to spend money at
which is
all.
why I said locating cinder
Yeah,
blocks was harder at that time.
yeah. And then I think we just accepted it, and we kind of had stadium seating by just laying on the ground on air mattresses.
Correct. Yeah, yeah. We then just staged our seats. It was like lawn
Yeah,
chairs and then futon.
yeah.
Um, so I mean, it kind of worked, especially with the three TV setup. I mean, is it's kind of as good as it could be. One of one of the moments in college, speaking of dumb shit, that probably gives me the most pride is having to actually be told by the school that we could not keep an RV on campus and live out of it.
When did you debate
TO
that?
and I tried to do that. TO and I tried to do that after freshman year. We looked into getting an RV and we were going to plug it into Turley Athletic Complex and just live in an RV at Turley because we thought, it's a lot cheaper than buying room and board. We could get a parking sticker on an RV. So what is that, $150 a year or something like that for the parking sticker? I don't even know how much the parking stickers were, or what it cost, if it was a one-time fee. I don't remember at all. But I thought was we could just buy the meal plan and we could just plug in to power out at Turley. So then we're not actually being charged for any of the electric. We have Wi-Fi, and our room and board is effectively 100 something dollars per year instead of whatever else.
Asked if you could do that or not.
Uh, we
Or
ran
did
it
you?
through a couple people. That was one of those things. It was just like ask around, and then we definitely talked to Skip about it at one point. He didn't believe us at all, naturally. So then we talked to a few RAs because we didn't know who actually ran housing. Like, you kidding me? It's not like we in college paid any attention to anybody that wasn't our direct professor or in the athletics programs.
You should have just done it.
Yeah, and I mean, that's one of those things that would be really cool to just do until you have to make an investment to purchase an RV. that's, I mean, yeah, that's great in theory if we were sitting on an RV. So I was talking about all the costs associated with it. We still needed to find an RV to live in, but we wanted to assess if that was a possibility.
That's fair. And instead, we just moved off campus after sophomore year to a condo.
Yeah, I mean, I was willing to try anything and everything.
I mean, fair. You really wouldn't have had to pay for meals. I mean, we didn't pay for meals our last 2 years of college,
That's correct.
technically.
Yeah.
So,
Well, when I moved back on campus for the last semester of my senior year, I did get on the meal plan, which was great. Because then you didn't even have the stress of figuring out which ID you were going to use or who you were going to tell or walk out. Plus, I was trying to go to the calf a lot more when I actually
yeah,
lived on campus instead of just swipe food from the pub.
that's fair. I wasn't a big calf guy. I should have been. Looking back now, like the amount of times I look up buffets at this point and like debate going, I don't ever, but I'm like, how I could get all 1,000 grams of protein for the week in right now.
Go
Go
to
to
a
a
buffet.
yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, here's a fun one for you. Well, hopefully you can't hear Minnie barking over here in the corner. Hopefully my mic is good and doesn't
Yeah.
pick that up. I had uh 34 chicken wings on Saturday,
From
last
where?
Saturday. Zunzi's, no free ads, but Zunzi's, if you want to sponsor us, that'd be chill. It's we went there on my bachelor party when all you guys were in town. It's kind of that outdoor place on the way to downtown. Uh
Yep.
yeah,
Got a
I
picture of
mean
you there.
it's nice. Yeah, it's a good spot, but they during football season they do $26 all you can eat wings and $26 mimosas, bottomless when I say mimosas. So
Yeah.
if you're willing to go all in, you can spend $52 and send it for a real big time Saturday. And there's no stop. Like, you can go truly as
What?
long as you want. Uh, I mean,
That's dangerous.
yeah, they do move a little slow. It's kind of like Olive Garden where they try to pace you.
Okay.
It's not just like, oh, you're ready for the next round. Here it is. It's very obvious that they slow you down a little bit, whether it's their intention or not. The way their process works, there are significant breaks through each round. So the way their chicken wing concept works is if you do all you can eat, you get 10 to start. They give you 10, and then from there it's rounds of 6. And technically, they won't put in your next order until you finish what's in front of you. Thankfully, I showed the guy after I ate my first 10 and after I ate my first six, and he had brought out the next six. He was like, "Do you want me to put in another order?" I was like, "Yes. Yes, I do." So it was great. Like that, he helped me get some momentum back late, but I think their price, if I'm not mistaken, you get 20 wings. They have it priced. I think 20 wings is $26 if you just purchase wings at Zunzi's. So I felt really good about doing all you can eat for $26 and eating 34. So I was plus 14. I'll take that.
So you got your money's worth.
Big time.
It's nice that they like you could do it like for like in the sense of like where the price is and figure out, all right, where's my break even?
Big time. Yeah, they sell wings during the week, and their wings are good. I mean, they're
Yeah.
meaty, they're good quality. So it's not just like I'm uh, killing myself doing this. Also, if they like don't really publicize stuff on their menu, but chips come with all their sandwiches, like homemade chips, the good ones that they cook there. They're awesome. They season them well. But it's also bottomless chips. So you can just murk chips while you're sitting there. And Corey didn't want wings, she got a sandwich. So while I was crushing bottomless wings, I was also destroying her chips. So not only did I go 34 wings, but I also myself probably ate at least two baskets of chips. I went back and I assessed what my likely caloric intake and protein intake was. I didn't include the chips because I didn't really know how to do that, but the suspected caloric intake was between 1700 and 1850 calories, and the protein was actually very close to that. Just remove a zero. It was like 160 grams to 180 grams of protein.
Gains.
Oh, big time gains. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was big for the body that weekend for sure.
Yeah, this reminds me, and that was a very long no free ads ad. Just saying, but
Yeah. Well, if Zunzi's listens to this podcast and they want
true,
to clip that, sure.
true.
Why not? I was there last night too.
Yeah, water wings. I don't think they're doing it anymore, but bottomless apps.
Oh, speaking of that at B Dubs, they might not be doing bottomless apps anymore, but now they have a you pick six for $20 or something like that.
So it was either them. No, it definitely was them because I remember talking to Quentin
I
about
saw
it.
it last night
Yeah,
online or on
I was like,
TV.
oh, this is the new deal. But like bottomless apps at Buffalo Wild Wings, $10 per table of four people, and you can get mod sticks, chips and queso, pickles, and onion rings. I think is the other one.
That sounds right.
So incredible deal. Like you break even eating one plate. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like, all right, you're good.
Yeah, what's an order that? $8, $9? If you just get it individually? Like if you just got an
I
order of fried pickles, I assume that's $6 to $8.
something like that. But the good thing about when we went was our waiter would just set down the plate. He's like, "All right, what's your next order?" Like we wouldn't
Mm,
even touch it yet, and he's like, "All right, what's your next order?"
yeah,
So
that's big.
he was like, "Do whatever you want." Disappointed in my performance though, because I thought I was going to get a lot more mozzarella sticks, and I only got 20, I think,
Yeah,
which
I
wasn't.
mean that's a tough move. I just actually went to B Dubs to assess their current deals. They have a $20 boneless bundle, which is 15 boneless wings, five spicy chicken dippers, large fries, and four dips for $20. I mean, that's not bad, I guess.
No,
Um, Pick six is here. Let's see what this menu is. It says enjoy a meal for two. I don't like them
debatable.
saying that that is a meal for two, but maybe that's because they have it labeled as you get two drinks. I don't know what the exact. Yeah, all right, here we go. Give me the deals for the pick six. Oh, it's making me select a location. Gosh darn it.
Well, while you're talking about that, I'll talk about that's the same thing as Chili's 2 for $20 or whatever. It's like I don't know if I believe you that it's two full meals
The
or
three
my
for me. You
or the
talking
three.
about
I don't know. There's a bunch of deals that I debate if it's enough food or am I gonna leave hungry and then call them liars.
right? Yeah, that's fair. And I mean that's how it goes. Like sometimes you're gonna get called. You're gonna have to call these people a liar. For instance, my server at Zunzi's, Trevor, great guy. This one was hard to believe for me. I am not trying to toot my own horn here. He said my personal performance at All You Can Eat Wings was the best performance he has seen. That is terrible for the city of Savannah to think that nobody has eaten more than 34 wings in a single sitting. The only reason I didn't do another six is because we had already been there for 2.5 hours and we had to get home. Like we had other stuff to do. But you're telling me that 34 wings is me setting the bar? Like that's not good. Like that's embarrassing as a community. Savannah, South Georgia is an overweight place. It is an overweight city. It is gluttonous. And you're telling me that I am the number one glutton for chicken wings for those who frequent Zunzi's on a Saturday? No shot. That's embarrassing. I don't stand for that.
I feel like I need to go to Savannah now to go to Zunzi's and get there right when they open and just get bottomless mimosas and wings and just go.
Doing both at the same time would be elite. I don't know of anyone who has done that yet.
I would be scared of my end state by like I don't know what time they open, but like 4 hours in, I don't know where I'd be at.
Think about the acidity in your stomach from
Just
champagne, orange juice, and whatever sauce you have on there.
perfect.
That's a tough scene.
Well, you get a couple chips in there. The tortilla chips will or homemade chips will absorb some of that acidity, and then we're good to go.
But those are seasoned, like they have a little kick to them, so it's not like you've just completely escaped acid.
Yeah, but I drink a lot of coffee. I think my stomach's
You're
prepared.
right. You have the tolerance to it, so maybe you're built for this. But you only had freaking 20 mozzarella sticks, so who
I
even
did
knows what you can
it.
consume?
Well, it was a last minute decision to
Mm,
go. Like it wasn't like we prepared. Like it was like, do we want to do something tonight or not? And then we're like, let's go to B Dubs and get unlimited apps. Uh, So I wasn't like super hungry. I didn't prepare myself.
okay. I
Like,
guess there is or I can validate that. That's fair. When I went into 34 wings, I had very little that day. I had had a banana. I think I had some blueberries and maybe about 2 ounces of breast milk to that point in preparation. So
yeah,
I was still very much looking forward to wings. I was going in open and ready because I felt like eating that little was kind of perfect because then it
yeah,
triggers the hunger. Because you
yeah.
can't go in and break the fast with 34 wings because
I mean, you
you're not going to
can.
get to 34 wings.
You
You're
can. I don't
not.
know if
You're
it's.
just not going to get there. But if you have a banana like 2.5 hours before you go, man, you're going to be hungry and you're going to need it because everything's going to be churning. Yeah, that's some stuff. I did see a clip the other day on social media that's probably right up your alley. It sounds like this is a big thing in girl world, which means it probably fits really well with your lifestyle. It is the concept of the three liquids, and I guess the three liquids is part of the recipe of a perfect brunch.
Very aware. The three liquids, and I frequent that actually a lot.
I figured as much. What are your go-to three liquids?
Well, they automatically give you water when you go to a restaurant, so you already have one knocked out technically.
Oh, fancy man, going to
And
places that automatically give you water.
what place doesn't automatically give water these days?
I don't know, man. I
Zunzi's.
still frequent a lot of takeout windows.
Oh, well, okay, takeout fair. Sit down places. Generally, when the waiter comes up, automatically pours water, so you have one drink. Then, if I'm craving a soda, but it's also like a day that I'm drinking, can I get a Coke? And can I get whatever drink I'm drinking? So there's the three drinks.
Hmm.
I don't
So,
I don't always, but I will caveat. I will generally have three different including like I'll put it in buckets. Water, that includes tap and sparkling, whatever water you have, soda, and then alcohol. Because alcohol, you can say, "Oh, I've had three different alcoholic drinks." No, that's just one
but
drink.
that's its own
Yeah,
category.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah,
that is a category of three liquids.
yeah.
The way that I've heard it described though is you have a hydrator, you have an upper, and you have a fun. I don't want to call it a downer because
That's what I
then
just explained. Yeah.
yeah, but so for you is soda the upper because of the sugar?
There's caffeine in soda.
Yeah, I know that, but I don't know, not to certain
I mean,
amounts.
yeah, I mean, I guess, but it's the same amount of caffeine as tea.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So I guess if you have enough, you're gonna catch the
Yeah.
buzz.
I mean, I don't use it for that. I'm just usually like, I really want a Coke right now, and I'm not just gonna order one and smell it like you. Um,
Well, I would never order a Coke just to smell it, but I would grab someone's soda on a table and smell it if I was really craving. To be fair
yeah,
though, I haven't had that urge to even sniff a soda in a very, very long time.
good for you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I'm clean for years. Not just
But
from consumption, but also from sniffing at this point.
yeah, what I will say though is I don't always get three drinks at one time, but I would say I'm pretty consistent in getting three drinks in the duration of a meal. So I will always have water if I'm drinking. So like then I'll have an alcoholic beverage, and then if I don't get a soda or something, but I will get a shot of espresso or something. Like at some point in that time period, whether it's after the meal, at some point, coffee or espresso. I've been trending towards espresso recently.
Ooh.
Uh, Way bigger fan of espresso than
Because of
coffee
the
at this point.
taste, because of the feel, because of
The taste, because it's strong, like it tastes stronger, which I like, and then it's also just more efficient than drinking a cup of coffee.
yeah, it's so efficient to get you to whatever the next thing is that you're going to do.
I do it at work too. Like I would rather have a double espresso than a cup of coffee.
At work, that makes sense though, assuming you are actually doing real work. So you're trying to get this thing out of the way so then you can get back to work. But if you're talking about efficiency on a night out, or if you're going to brunch or like on a Saturday, like what is efficiency? Like, why do you need to rip a shot of espresso? What are you trying to get to? Your couch so you
Less
can watch football?
less liquid, so you don't have to go to the bathroom as much, and it's better for your stomach, supposedly. Espresso is supposedly better for your stomach than coffee.
Because it is less acidity.
I think it's more acidity, so it helps digestion. I think. Don't quote me on that at all, but that's what I've heard.
Do we need to consult our third host,
Yeah,
our producer,
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT?
Yeah.
While you do that, I need to address something.
Okay.
Uh, we briefly glossed over the the wording of you saying me sniffing coke, which can sound really, really bad. And if people are listening out there, the thing is, we legitimately mean me smelling Coca Cola. Like, there is zero drug reference in there. I have never done the white powder in my life, nor do I plan to. But when you stop drinking soda, sometimes you crave soda a little bit, and the smell is enough to give you that little buzz that you need, that little hit that you need. I suppose this kind of still sounds like the whole drug thing, but I promise, like this is not cocaine. This is me having the urge to smell a soda.
I don't think I said smelling Coke though. Like, yes, I said I order Coke to drink, but I think I said you smell soda. I think. I don't think I said
I That's
I.
why
I
I kept saying soda. You kept
yeah,
saying smell, sniff, and Coke,
I mean,
all in
fair.
ways that it could be jumbled to make it
True.
sound like
True.
I'm just skiing every day. And
Yeah, that's
that
fair.
worries me.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, ChatGPT. Let's see. Slightly lower acidity.
Lower. So I was right.
Yeah, you were right. Lower caffeine per serving, which is true. Uh, Oils slash irritants, but it's my stomach. So it's saying espresso is better. It's probably just because of the low acidity.
Okay. All right.
Um,
Basic enough.
yeah,
I'll take that. We don't need extra details right now.
yeah. But yeah, I don't think I understand. But some people call all soda Coke. I don't know what area of the country that is, but all soda
The
is Coke.
South. That's the South. All soda is Coke. What kind of Coke do you want? That's what Louisiana was like when I was a
Okay.
kid.
I
But
consider it the
Nashville's not the South.
I consider it the Midwest. Yeah, same.
Nashville's not the South. That is
Nashville people hate that, but it's the Midwest.
it's true. Nashville's the Midwest. It gets cold there, and it's
It
gray
does.
all the time.
There's tornadoes. Yeah, like
Although that's an interesting one. Uh, for what used to be called Tornado Alley is no longer the region of the country that has the most tornado sightings, or however they determine the locale of tornadoes. It's actually shifted from like Kansas, Iowa, that area to now it's like North Alabama, Missouri, Arkansas, Western Tennessee. Yeah, I
I mean,
learned that like a year ago.
maybe it's the building of cities. Like maybe the like more buildings are causing less wind in old areas. I don't know.
I
That's
don't
my
know,
logic.
man.
That's my logic.
Yeah, it definitely has nothing to do with global climate change, right?
It's
Yeah,
nothing to do with that.
yeah,
Just
for
like
sure.
just like we had the hottest ocean this year. We were supposed to have a bunch of hurricanes. Here we are, and we have had zero. Knock on wood. Where's wood? I think
What
that's
on
like
your hat? That's a Tiger Woods hat, is it not?
no, it's a Clemson hat.
Mm.
Yeah.
You got a new Clemson hat?
Yeah, it's one of the golf hats.
I understand it's a golf
Yeah.
hat.
Oh, I don't know how much you can see. I'm on my phone. I have a little screen.
Yeah, that's why your
Yeah.
audio has been
It's
so shitty this whole
it's
episode.
no, it's my headphone. I'm using my headphones though, like I
Okay.
always do. So don't give me that. I know I don't have a fancy microphone like somebody over here, but
This thing was freaking $14 on Amazon.
yeah, Mr. Fancy Man.
I don't have these,
Yeah,
Mr. Fancy Man.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Listen, I've had
200
them.
something dollars later.
They weren't that much. They weren't that much. I don't think. I don't remember. I got
Those
them
are the
like two.
pros, right?
They are the pros, but I got them like 2 years ago. I don't know. Time value of money. I don't know. Who knows? Um,
What year are they? Or what version? Do you know? If I are they pros 1, pros 2, or pros 3? 2? Pro 2? Pro 2 currently, according to Walmart, they're $199.
uh,
What do you have to say for yourself?
Best Buy, no free ads, but credit card, incredible 0% financing deals that you can get with their credit card. Paid off over 18 months, zero interest. Incredible. Dangerous if you're not good at it, but if
Yeah.
you're on time and pay everything, it's great. But if you miss a payment, they backdate it and then apply the interest
Mm.
to the full price. So just be careful.
So let's address the Clemson golf hat. Did they give that to your dad or something?
Yeah, they gave it to my dad, and
Was
then
it like a hey, thanks for being a notable alumni?
he makes a small donation every year uh, that I didn't know about. So,
Oh,
and then he got like an extra hat, so he had two. So he gave me one, which was cool.
that's super nice.
Yeah.
Did you beat your dad at all when you played out west?
So we were with eight other people, or we had a total of eight people, I think. And I think I was always on my dad. Like we played different games each day. And I was on my dad's team majority of the time, I think. I'm trying
Well,
to
then
think of
did
the
you ever
games.
carry him?
Because I was the only person to make an eagle one of the days.
Hmm. Par five.
And it was we were playing lowest score, you take that person's score for the team.
Mm.
So I made an eagle on a par five. And then I we did it like a Ryder Cup because like half the people were from the Northeast and then the other half were from Florida. So it was Florida versus the Northeast. So we did one-on-one matches. I did win my match. Wasn't really fair and kind of felt bad for two reasons. I was so I don't technically have a handicap because I haven't kept it, but I'm a bogey golfer, so we just put it at I think we put it my handicap at 16 and a half.
Hmm.
And I played against the grandfather of one of the guys that was there, so 70 years old. So I was playing the tips, he was playing the front tees. He has a handicap of five, so I think I got six shots. And it came down to the last two holes, and I won.
You don't need to feel bad for that because also at Slister, this is a direct Slister argument. Golf should have one tee. Or let me separate that. I'm okay with three tees. I'm okay with uh I am just here to have a fun time with my friends and we couldn't care less. I like golf and I want to be better at it. And then pro tees. There should be senior tees ruin everything. I'm absolutely convinced they ruin everything, especially when you go out to a public course and they have like these set times for senior golfers to go out and then every par four is effectively a par three for them, or every par five is effectively a par four. You're playing par fives at 310 yards from senior tees. It's a complete joke because then they get mad because then they have to wait on someone. They have no etiquette. They pick up every single ball as soon as it touches the green because you have gimmies from 42 feet away. And then you just move on to the next hole. So it just ruins everything from a pace of play perspective because God forbid you rush them. But if you hold them up because you're playing real golf from a real distance and actually trying to put in a score, it's just not cool. Also, like you just be better. Like just play golf. Golf is meant to be hard. You don't need to shorten it to make it easier. Shortening a course also isn't what makes it easier. You still have tough lives no matter where you're at. So golf should just be played from fewer tees.
I would phrase it in a different way. I would say tees, the tees you play should not be determined by your handicap or how good you are at golf. It should be determined by how far you can drive the ball.
Well, yeah.
That's that's my that's my only counter argument to that. Is like because like so for instance, when I play my dad plays the tips as well. My dad it is a joke now. My dad consistently hits his driver 238 yards. Like every like single time. And it's impressive. Like dead straight 238 yards.
Dialed.
I hit it anywhere from 270 to 325, depending on how. good I connect with it.
Right.
So we're playing for the same.
Also 270 to
Yeah, yeah.
325 left to
It's
right.
getting better. It's getting better. That has gotten better. I'm hitting more fairways.
Left and right fairways or the fairway you're trying to hit?
Dude, that's definitely happening. It's great. I actually play better from the other holes fairways than I do if I land on the right hole
Better
fairway.
green access. There's
Yeah,
always
exactly.
better green access from the other hole.
Exactly.
Because you're not
Uh
dealing with the specifically designed traps and obstacles for that specific hole.
yeah.
Logic.
Yeah. So like but his handicap is way better than me. I think he's a 4 or 5. But
Because
the
your dad
difference
possesses actual golf skill. And that's my point. Distance really doesn't matter that much.
I have this argument with my dad a lot because he's like, I need to get more distance on my driver to improve my score more. And I was like, well, no, actually, just don't 2 putt or 3 putt. Just putt less often. Like that's the easiest thing to fix in the
Yeah,
shortest
like
amount of time,
your
not
dad is good
distance.
enough at golf. What's great if he hits his drive 12 yards farther, what's he going to do? Pull a 7 iron instead of, or pull an 8 iron
Yeah,
instead of a 7 iron? Like, what does that change?
I I have the same. Talk to Brian. Brian
I will
would.
gladly have this argument with your dad.
Maybe we bring him on and just have a golf argument for an hour at some point.
Yeah, we
Um,
and we'll bring in Slister as a supporting guest.
um,
Two people I don't mind getting in fights with.
yeah. So it's just like, but to be fair, like, so we did play a I went home last weekend and played it, and on like Sunday, the last day, or Saturday, the last day we played. He's like, all right, you want to actually play like a match? And I was like, sure. He's like, okay, we'll play you at 15 handicap. I'm a 5, and it came down to the very last hole. We were tied going into the last hole, the par 5, and I got on the green in 2 because I can hit it that far. He has no chance of getting on the green in 2 no matter what. So that's where my argument comes into play.
Yeah, it makes a difference on par fives, but also the likelihood that your dad is going to pin seek from 150 in versus you trying to pin seek from 150 in are two vastly different things.
I mean,
Also,
fair.
yeah, like for you, there's no difference. Like, you can't actually score until you're within 60 yards, if that.
I I need to be either 130 to 150 away from the green, or I need to be chipping. Anywhere in between that,
Is
I'm
bad.
screwed. It's because it's
Okay.
all because I can't do a full swing. It's all feel. Like
Mm.
my dad tries to like he's like, all right, do this, puts this spin on. I go, this is 100% a pure feel shot. I am
Put
literally
spin
just
on it? What spin do you want me to put on it?
like,
I take one swing.
I was like, what do you mean put spin on it? I'm not gonna. He's like, open up the club face. I go, no, if I open up the club face, I am towing it and it is going 150 yards over the green. So that's what I mean though with distance. But yeah, I keep forgetting to keep my score so I actually have a legit handicap. Because supposedly in Europe, you have to have a handicap to play certain courses.
That's pretty cool.
I kind of hate it though.
I
Because
do
you have
hate
to,
it because it's gatekeeping, but
and it's not like you can freely get your handicap. Like you have to pay a service to log your scores into to keep your official handicap.
oh, you need to do it legit. You can't just report like I have a
No,
14.
no, you can't just make, no, you have to show from an official like
Oh,
site.
screw that.
Yeah.
But in Europe, it's probably a free service. Yeah, I only had a handicap 1 year. Granted, the year I had a handicap, it was good enough that I was willing to talk about it a little bit. What was it?
Yeah. What was your
Uh,
handicap?
Um, I got to well, I never logged. So this is one of those things. I never logged it, but I played enough. I played enough golf to know what I was going to shoot. Is what it. So because official hand, I know I just claimed I had a handicap, but so what
Yeah.
official handicap is, um, what you isn't it supposed to be your top 8 scores of over the past however many rounds or something like that?
And scores, and then they just roll off, and it just continuously goes. So like it's just your 10 scores, like most recent 10 scores.
Oh, it's your most recent 10. That's what it is. Yeah, yeah. So if you're playing really well, it can drop. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, but that summer that I had it, I was basically shooting. I was shooting like in 86 every time I went out. So I was okay. I was totally fine to tell people I'm a mid 80s golfer. Like that felt good to talk about golf when I was a
Absolutely.
consistent mid 80s golfer. And
Yeah.
then since that summer, I have golfed. So that was that last summer? Yeah, I guess that was last summer, 2024. I have golfed 3 times since that last August. Yeah.
Other than this golf trip and last weekend, I haven't really played that much golf. But then I played 7 rounds of golf in 6 days. So
That's how it always goes. I'm hoping to get back out there in December.
yeah, well, it's not too cold at that point in Savannah.
I mean, I guess it's what you're willing to bear. It'll probably be if I'm willing to golf in low to mid 50s, I can do it.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I for some reason I feel like I I'm comparing Savannah weather to Nashville weather, and they're very different.
Very different. Atlanta is
Yeah,
more like Nashville. Savannah's far
yeah,
enough south. Savannah's basically Jacksonville.
yeah. No, that's fair.
I mean, it's a little chillier than Jacksonville, but it's basically the same weather. I mean, we're close enough to the Atlantic coast that aside from the freak snowstorm that we had last winter, which
True.
to be fair, that's not just like a Savannah thing that
That
wrecked
wasn't.
everywhere north of Orlando.
I was so happy I wasn't in Nashville for that.
Yeah.
Because Nashville, the city literally shuts down when it snows because they don't have the equipment.
Nashville's infrastructure is horrendous.
Yeah, I think they have like 2 snowplows at all. Because when I lived there, I flew out Christmas morning one year, and it snowed the night before. So I woke up and it was 3 degrees outside, 4:30 in the morning, and I ordered an Uber in downtown Nashville. It's pure slush, like on the road. And the Uber driver I have did not know how to drive in the snow. So we were going 20 miles an hour on the highway on the way to the airport. I mean, given if I would have pulled my car out of the parking garage, my car probably wouldn't have made it to the airport anyways. So I got to the airport and got on my plane, but wasn't a fun trip.
Yeah.
So
I know you said you only wanted to record for 30 minutes
yeah,
today, and we're well
we're about
past
there.
that.
Yeah, we're there. We're there. So
All
this
right.
was good. This was better than
Okay.
our first one.
I don't know if it was. We covered more. We covered better stuff on the last one.
What,
Whatever.
Guargum?
Why'd you clip guar gum?
Because Spotify does the automatic clips. They do one automatic clip on Spotify. So when you go on Spotify and look at the episode and you hit share,
Okay.
if you swipe to the left, because at first it just shows like the album or the cover, you
Okay.
swipe left, they pick out a random clip from it, and that's the clip that's on Spotify, and you can download that clip.
And that's what Spotify clipped.
That's a spot.
Shout
I
out
don't know.
Spotify.
I don't know if they just do a certain window, and that's just it's a guarantee. So we'll see. I'll see what this one spits out. Might choose one out though.
Probably us arguing about your audio.
No, it's probably gonna be earlier in the episode. It's probably gonna be us talking about like neither of us having that much time to record.
Yeah. All you can eat wings would be a decent clip. But all right, bye everyone.
Hi everyone, Grant here. Thanks for tuning into the show. If you could like, share, and subscribe, we'd greatly appreciate it. Also, if you think you or someone you know has a good life story to tell, we are always open to guest suggestions. You can send those suggestions to our email, tworkpod@gmail.com. Thanks again for the support.